Alright, brothers and sisters, so let me explain this. And it's going to make perfect sense as we get into the video. The question is, should we be defined by our past? Yes and no. Because there's certain things that you do that you'll never be able to take back. And guys, this is why we avoid making massive mistakes. You can still improve after making massive mistakes, but you still can't erase the fact that you've made a massive mistake. Let me explain. If you murder somebody and you go to jail for however long, it's not going to erase the fact that you murdered somebody. You still did it. You can say all you want and throw your hands in the air. I'm a changed person. I'm not what I used to be. The level of respect, the level of trust another smart, intelligent human being will have for you is not going to be there. Because look at your past. It kind of does define you, doesn't it? Yes, it does. So there's certain things in life that do define us. You can make mistakes. That's not necessarily going to define you if it's not a massive mistake. If you zigged when you should have zagged, it's not the end all be all. Let's say if you went to school and you took a course, you realized you didn't want to do it, but now you still got to pay for it. It's going to hurt you a little bit. It's not the end all be all. You can choose another career path. You can choose something different. You're not going to be defined off of making a mistake in this category. If you're playing a sports team and you lose the game for the guys, but you've played really well other than that, you're not going to be defined off of just by that. People ain't going to look at the past and be like, oh, you're just trash. When you played well and it shows history that you played well other than that mistake. And you continue to play well after that. So there's big things in life that can define us. And there's things in life that don't define us. When we talk about genders, when we talk about women, when we talk about women who are former hoes, and only you know if you're a hoe, there's no need to get offended. And honestly, if you get offended, you're basically going to the comments section and writing down for everybody, no matter what you say, I am a hoe, I am offended. This is what you're saying. So there's no point in that. Just listen to the video, take it on, because you're going to hear the truth. If you're a former hoe, you can't take that back. It kind of does define you. It doesn't mean you can't be a good person in other areas, but your sexuality, it will be defined. It will be in question. As far as you being able to lock down a man that you truly want and desire. You might be able to get a man. In fact, you probably will be able to get a man. Yes, but not the man you probably desire deep down inside. Because when you look at your past history, the evidence shows that there's a you might not be, but the evidence shows, and we operate off of probabilities. It's probably so that you will be a bad candidate for a wife. if you were to get wifed up and you're a former hoe, you think you deserve that ring from all the things you've done in the past? You could ruin this man's life. That's the big thing here. No man that's got a bright future wants some chick to ruin his life and what he's got going on. You end up cheating on him. You end up sucking off his friend in your own house. Like, come on. An intelligent man of high caliber, high value, is not going to want that. So if he knows about it, and that's another question you might have, how would he maybe know? He might not. But guess what? The truth will always pull through. You could fake the funk for a while, and if he's a high caliber man, he's not going to marry you right away anyway, so he's going to figure you out. He's going to know who you are. He's going to read your actions. And it's going to be what it's going to be. A lot of women do be crazy, and that's why high value men stay patient. They wait it out. They're going to get what they rightfully deserve. They're not going to just settle for some thought that decided to do all those things. Her mindset's ruined. Her ability to pair bond is ruined. He's not gonna take up something like that. He's just not. And I'm not even speaking for myself. I'm speaking for all high value, high caliber, high status men in general. It goes for me too, but I'm not just speaking for myself. It's how all these guys think. And if you look at all these guys, they don't have women like that in their life. I know a lot of dudes, even where I come from, their girl is not like that. I'm not trying to say all women are like this at all. I know a lot, even where I come from, that are not like that. They don't sleep around with everybody. I've had many conversations with these girls. They told me a bit about their story. They told me a bit like who they've been with, their exes, this and that and that and this, how many times they had, S3X, things like this. And it was very, very little, and they have a good head on their shoulders. Very pretty girls that could get any guy they want, but they don't do that because they value people. They don't just use people. They don't just go selfish mode and start getting ran through because they feel like it. Stupid move. That's what happens when you get greedy. When you get greedy, you don't get the real prizes in life. You get the real prizes in life by being disciplined, by being smart, by being intelligent. And what's hilarious is that this video is actually going to offend somebody. That's the sad part of all this. Like, shame on you for being offended. It's just ridiculous. Like, this is common sense stuff, and there's a lot of backwards women who don't think that way. Anybody with any bit of value knows this is all true. There's no arguments involved. There's no other questions being asked. This is common sense to regular people. This is not common sense to actual hoes. These overly sensitive former hoes. It's not common sense to them. They thought this was normal. No, it's not normal. That's why you can't have a high caliber dude. That's why you will never have a high caliber dude. You really messed up. These things do define you. It doesn't define your entire life and who you could become. But your sexuality is in question. Your sexuality is defined. Your future with a good man, it is defined. And your best bet to win is to hide the fact that that happened, self-improve, move, and get some guy. And don't show signs that you're a head case thought. Because no one's going to put up with that shit. But there's something that happens to these females when they go through so many experiences with different dudes, and you guys know what I mean by that. There's something that happens to them. They're not the same. I remember girls I used to date. I had them when they were fresh, ripe from the pear tree. Fresh and ripe. And over the years, they got with so many different guys. And they were not the same people at all. That's what those experiences do to women. A guy can smash as many girls as he wants. It's not going to change him. It changes women, because sex is different with men and women. Women get nailed. Men do the nailing. Men are the hammer. Women are the nail. Whether you want to say so or not, that's just common sense. So there's two different things going on here. Men hammer. Women are the nail that are getting hammered. So, of course it's different. Of course. And it's something, their facial structure changes. Their eyes change. Their personality changes. They become very less appealing. I don't know what it is. I've seen these chicks at first when they were ripe, and I've seen them later on, years later, after they got ran through. They're not the same. Looked a lot different. And you can almost tell as a man if a woman's been through it or if she hasn't. And she could have, like, there's, most females have at least a few. At least a few. You're gonna know. As a man, most of the time you're going to know. And that's good, because you don't want to get screwed over. And I'm a bad person for not wanting my guys to get screwed over. Warning guys about you. No. And at the same time, I'm helping you as well. I'm telling you what you got to do. I'm giving you game on what you got to do and how to improve, so you can get somebody else while first improving yourself and then getting somebody else and not making the same mistakes again. But you're still going to be defined off of that, because you can't erase it. You cannot erase the fact that you've murdered somebody. It's forever on record. And women actually think the fact that they didn't get with 100 different guys, I'm not saying you did, I'm not saying anybody did, but the fact that women think they can be sneaky and get smashed over and over and over again by different dudes and get away with it and hide it. You can't hide that shit. It's going to come out. It's just going to. It doesn't make you a better person. The fact that you can hide all of your actions that you know deep down inside are not right. If you steal and get away with it, it's still bad. It's still very bad. You're breaking the law. If you get smashed over and over and over again as a female, even though you might have got away with it and not got caught, and a lot of people don't know, it's still bad. You guys get what I'm saying here? It is. Females are not designed to get ran through by multiple different dudes over and over and over again. And they do not make good candidates for wives. Not just because of the sex, because of what it does to them. Pair bonding. Poor pair bonding. You can't pair bond with one man anymore because you're used to having so many different ones. You don't value a man because you have a bad addiction. It's like wifing up some girl that's addicted to alcohol. I'm not going to do it. It's like wifing up some girl who's addicted to drugs. I'm not going to do it. It's a bad decision because she's reckless. She's not all up there. And it's the exact same thing with wifing up a girl that's addicted to sex. I'm not going to do it. The only sex you should be addicted to is a sex with me or whatever other guy you're going to be with. It's the only damn addiction you should have. You're addicted to sex with hundreds of different dudes. It's a bad addiction. You're not going to get a ring. You see what I'm saying here? Women never think about what's in it for a man. They only think about themselves. I should be able to do this. I should be able to get away with getting ran through. I should be able to hide all these things and still get the guy I want. It doesn't work that way. You have to put yourself in the position of a man and look at it through a different fucking lens for once in your damn life. It's what you gotta do. Because when it comes to a man, we are the one that is giving you our last name. We are the one that's putting a ring on your finger. We are the one that is signing those papers. So if something goes wrong, we could lose our damn house. We could lose half of our money, if not more. It's a big loss for a man. Huge. That's why it's very important as a man who you choose as your lady. It matters a lot. It matters a lot. And I'm not saying as a woman, you're the worst thing in the world. If you had a couple different boyfriends and you were with them, I don't see that as overly bad. It's probably going to happen. Most of the time, things like that, especially nowadays, is going to happen. You're not going to get many virgins no more. Let's just be honest. But there's a difference between that and actually being committed to guys and then things maybe not working out. You got with a few dudes, okay. There's a difference between that and being an actual hoe. And actually sleeping with like a ridiculous amount of dudes. And thinking you're still going to be the same, which is delusional, and thinking everything is going to be fine. And you're still going to get a high value dude after doing all those things. It's just delusional. You ruined your damn self by being selfish and greedy. Thinking because I'm a woman I can get away with it. No, you can't. It's going to come out. You're not going to get what you thought you wanted. And you really messed up. You really did. So yes, back to the title of the video. You will be defined by those things. You will, forever. You can't erase it. I'm not saying you can't be a good person. I'm not even saying you're a bad person. I'm just saying when it comes to your sexuality, when it comes to your ability of getting a high caliber man, that is something, there's a huge percentage of a chance you have ruined that. A huge percentage of a chance you have ruined that for yourself. So, just like murder, you can't erase that. People ain't gonna trust you. You think I would trust a murderer? You think if some guy in my community wanted to be friends and he murdered somebody in the past, do you think I'm gonna want to be friends with this dude? No, because history shows his actions. He's reckless. He could do that to me. And if you're a woman and your history shows that you had sex with like 100 different dudes, you could do that to me. You could cheat on me and not even care. And this is how every high value, high caliber guy thinks. We are not fucking around. We have our intentions straight. We have our lives straight. We have everything straight. We are straight. We ain't fucking around. We ain't taking those risks. It's stupid. It's better to not take the risk. Does it mean something bad is going to happen 100% sure? Not necessarily. There could be a small percentage of a chance as a high status, high caliber, not even high, just a high caliber guy. there's a small chance, there's a percentage of a chance it could work with a girl like that. But we don't want to take the chance. We don't want to take the risk. Because we know how fast, and we're experienced, we know how fast you types of females can switch up. We know this. We have experience. We've been there, we've done that, we have experience. You're not to be trusted. Your history shows it. It's stupid for us. So you have to think out of the lenses that are our eyes. And think with our brains. That you guys have to think how we think. For 2 seconds. And stop thinking about your damn self. I want this. I want that guy. I still need this. Even though I've done this, I still need to get that. What about us? What about us? Of course it's all about you. But what about us? You think we should just go head over heels for you guys? I wouldn't go head over heels for the most bestest thing. Fuck that. No. It's going to take a lot for me to do something like that. I ain't never going head over heels. I'm going to keep my same energy. I'm going to march forward in life. You better like it so damn much that you're going to want to be by my side. That's how it's going to be. I ain't chasing no female. You got to want me that bad, and you got to play the part for me to have anything to do with you. Because there's so many things out there that I can have. But is there so many things that you can have that is like me? As focused as me, as driven as me, as on point as me. A lot of that don't exist. Just like a lot of great females don't exist. So that's where two have to come together. You guys are a match made in heaven. At the end of the day, you want to get your worth. That's it. And at the end of the day, everybody can win. Even if you're a hoe, you can still win. You're just not going to win as big as you probably could have. You still win, just not as big as you could have. And guys, this is brutally honest stuff. We're not beating around the bush here. We're not coddling people. Oh, it's okay. I'm going to have you in my arms. You can still get him, honey. You can still get him. Yeah, I'm not going to fill your head with bullshit. Because a lot of people is not going to tell you this. I tell you guys a lot of things on this channel nobody else is going to tell you because it's too harsh. It's too harsh for you to hear. And a lot of females today are told a lot of bullshit because everyone knows they're very sensitive. I know this too. But we got to go facts over feelings here. We're not hurting nobody. That's not our intention. Some of these women really on this channel calling me bitter, calling me angry, calling me all this stuff. And it's like, what are you talking about? Like, do you not realize I have a very normal life? And talk to very normal people on a daily basis? Like, this is a part of my purpose. I help people. There's a lot of people in this world that have a lot of struggles. I will help you with that if you will listen. But no, some of you people here have to come and start attacking me and stuff, and honestly, I don't care. I'm just trying to make you realize some heavy, heavy truths. I want you to dive as deep as I'm diving and realize that there's consequences to your actions. And of course, your daddy was never there to hold you accountable. He never told you the truth, but here's your daddy right here. I'm telling you, missus, what you have to do. I'm telling you where you went wrong. So what you do here is you improve on your situation as great as you can. You might not be able to erase your past, but you can make things as good as you can make them. And you might be able to win big. There's a probability. Or there's a possibility. It's just not probable. And we're being honest. Because people are going to know. Do you think men work as hard as they work to get Just whoever? They could have had whoever without working hard. And you think they're going to want you. That is female delusion 101. Men work as hard as they work to create a great life for themselves and to have someone else that's great by their side that isn't going to fuck up their life. Potentially fuck up their life. They're not going to let no scumbag do that. And I'm not calling you a scumbag. I'm not calling no one in particular a scumbag. But a scumbag that exists in this world could potentially do that. They're not going to take the risk. The way they win is to not take that risk. And to be patient, to wait it out on the one that there's a very, very, very high percentage of a chance everything works out. That's what they're going for. It's called intelligence. And some of you think, oh, like, man, it blows my mind. Like, it literally does. Like, only you know who you are. Only you know what actions you have taken in your life. You've done what you've done. Get over it. Get over it. Just improve. But you need to hear this truth. This is what's actually going to help you improve. So, don't shoot the guy who's giving you the message you really need to hear. I'm the one that's helping you. Your father that wasn't there, he's not helping you. I'm helping you. Daddy's here now. But I'm not going to coddle you. We got to be a little tough on you, because if we're not, you're going to think, oh, I can still be weak and I'm still entitled. No. Tough love. We got to improve. We got to do better, man. We got to do better. This is as real as it gets. A lot of females can't take it because they love that fairy tale world of imagining. And I'm just going to tell a lot of you ladies now. The smart ones already know. But I'm going to tell a lot of you ladies right now. Men absolutely have to live in a reality-based world, which is what a lot of females don't live in. A lot of you females don't live in the reality-based world. Rather, you live in your imagination, hoping, thinking, praying. This imagination of things that is never going to be. Men do not have this. Men are forced a lot harder than women. I'm not saying no women live in reality. Some do. It's just a lot don't. Men are forced to live in a reality-based world. We are pushed hard. People are hard on men. Since we are young, people are hard on us. But it's like women are just privileged today of just not being told the truth. But I'm going to make you better. I'm here to tell you the truth. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you can still get the best dude in the world when you've done what you've done. It's just not going to happen. And you don't want to hear that because you love that imaginary world. But you're hearing it. And it is the truth. And I'm telling you exactly what you need to do. I've already done that to get as good as whatever is out there that you can. That's all you can do. But just know, a murder is a murder. And as a woman, your sexual past is your sexual past. There's no erasing it. The damage is done. Like I said, I know for a fact this is true because I know females in the past that I had when they were ripe, which is the ones that I like. They were perfectly normal. They were perfectly fine at one point in time. They changed completely. Unrecognizable. Because they were damaged. They were put through the shredder. They got nailed on top of the head too many times by a hammer. Not many brain cells left. They took the hammer of God